The moment she said it, something inside me cracked, quietly, almost politely, like a glass left too close to the edge finally giving into gravity. "I'm going," Emily said, arms crossed, voice cold. "With them. And if you can't handle that, then we can just end this. Your choice." Her trip. With 3 men from her office. A team-building getaway, she claimed at first. But now she wasn't even pretending. My throat tightened. "Emily, you're seriously giving me a choice between this and a divorce?" She didn't blink. She didn't falter. She just stared at me like I was a problem she didn't have the patience to fix. "Yes." Single word. Sharp as a blade. Final as a slammed door. And in that moment, before any shouting, before any breakdown, before any desperate attempt to make sense of her cruelty, the most painful part was knowing she meant it. The shift I never saw coming. Emily and I had been married 4 years. 4 stupidly hopeful, attentive, trusting years. She wasn't always like this. She used to hold my hand in grocery stores. She used to kiss me on the cheek while I cooked. She used to laugh at my terrible jokes, bury her face in my shoulder, whisper, "I love our boring little life." But the past few months, it was like some invisible thief had stolen the softness from her eyes, replacing it with something distant, irritated, bored. I tried asking what was wrong. Nothing. "Stop overthinking." I tried planning weekends away. "I'm not in the mood." I tried cooking her favorite meals. "I ate already." And slowly, painfully, subtly, she drifted. Not away from me, but toward something else. Someone else. Or in this case, 3 someone elses. To the invitation. The first time she mentioned the trip, she brushed it off as a work retreat. "It's nothing," she said dismissively. "Just a short break. Team stuff." But then she avoided telling me the dates. Avoided letting me see the messages. Avoided letting me meet the men she'd be traveling with. Red flags didn't just wave, they screamed. One night while she showered, her phone buzzed. A group chat popped up. The boys plus M. The name alone punched me. I shouldn't have looked. I know that. But something inside me, something primal, hurt, terrified, needed to know. One message cracked everything open. "Can't wait to have you all to myself this time, winking face. Erin. Don't hog her like last time, bro." Then a photo. Not explicit, but intimate. Emily laughing at a bar. Sitting very close to Erin. His hand on her lower back. Her smiling at him like she hadn't smiled at me in months. And then her reply in the chat. "Relax, boys, there's enough of me for all 3." Face blowing as. My heart didn't just break. Shattered. When she stepped out of the shower, humming, wrapped in a towel, I just stared at her. "Who are you?" I whispered. She froze. 3. The confrontation. "You read my messages." Her tone wasn't guilty. It was annoyed. Offended. "Emily, what is going on? Who are these men to you?" She didn't deny anything. Didn't look ashamed. Didn't even try to soften her words. "It's harmless fun," she said. "They're just friends." "Emily, those messages." She cut me off, voice rising. "I told you, it's nothing serious. You're being dramatic again." "Again," I repeated. "Emily, you flirt with them openly. You hide things from me. You barely talk to me anymore. You don't touch me, you don't." "Oh my God," she groaned, rolling her eyes. "Maybe I wouldn't feel the need to have fun elsewhere if you stopped being so clingy." The word hit me like a slap. Clingy. After months of begging her to let me in. I stepped back, disgusted by her dismissal. "What do you want from me?" Silence. Freedom. A small, cruel smile. Like she enjoyed watching me fall apart. "My trip means a lot to me," she continued. "Don't make me choose between it and you." But she already had. She was pretending I was the one forcing an ultimatum. And then, as casually as someone asking for a sandwich. "If you're not okay with it, then we should divorce." For the one person who understood. I left the house that night. I couldn't breathe inside its walls, the walls that had once held laughter, warmth, love. I drove aimlessly until my hands stopped shaking. And without thinking, I ended up at her parents' house. Her father, David, opened the door. The moment he saw my face, all color drained from his. "What happened?" he demanded. I didn't want to break a family. Didn't want to humiliate her. Didn't want to confess my wife valued a trip with 3 men more than our marriage. But the words spilled out anyway. Broken. Stumbling. Hurting. And David. He didn't shout. He didn't disbelieve me. He didn't defend her. He just sighed. Deep, heavy, old, and lowered himself into a chair. "You're not the first," he said quietly. The room spun. I gripped the armrest. "What?" David's eyes filled with a grief I recognized all too well. "She does this," he said. "She pushes away the people who love her. She runs toward chaos, toward attention, toward anything that makes her feel wanted for a moment." His voice broke slightly. "Her mother left us for the same reasons. Emily was 14. She learned the worst lessons." I sat there speechless. Then he looked me dead in the eye. "Son, you deserve better than this version of her." 5. Packing her bag. The next morning, Emily walked into the house like nothing had happened. Coffee in hand. Phone buzzing. Smile cold. "Ota, you made your decision?" she asked flatly. "Yes," I said. Her eyes narrowed. "Oh." And, before I could speak, David stepped through the doorway behind me. Emily froze. "Dad. Why are you here?" He didn't answer her. Instead, he looked at me and said, "Let's pack her things." He nodded. Emily's face twisted. What the hell is going on? But her father ignored the tantrum she was building. He walked calmly down the hall, opened her closet, pulled out a suitcase. Emily sputtered. "Dad, stop. Why are you helping him?" David didn't raise his voice. Didn't argue. Just said, "You made your choice, Emily. Actions have consequences." She looked between us, panic flickering behind her anger. "You're siding with him over your own daughter." "No," he said. "I'm siding with the man you betrayed." Emily lunged for him. He stepped back. I kept packing silently, shirts, jeans, dresses. My hands steady only because they were numb. Emily's voice rose to a shriek. "You can't do this." Her father finally snapped, slamming the suitcase shut. "You did this. You brought this on yourself." Emily's eyes filled with tears. Not sorrow, not regret, just fury. "You'll regret this," she hissed. And stormed out of the house without her bag. Her father exhaled slowly. Painfully. "She'll come back for it," he muttered. "But don't be here when she does." 6. The letter. I went home alone. Everything felt hollow. Our bed, our kitchen, the couch where we once fell asleep watching movies. Part of me wanted her to walk through the door. Part of me wanted her to sob, to apologize, to collapse under the weight of what she had done. But another part, the part she broke, knew she wouldn't. So I wrote her a letter. Not a love letter. Not an angry rant. Just truth. "Emily, you didn't leave me for 3 men. You left me long before that. And I kept waiting for the woman I married to come back. But she's gone. I hope one day you see what you destroyed. Not because I want you to hurt, but because I want you to finally understand yourself. I loved you. But I can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved." I placed it on the kitchen counter, locked the door behind me, walked away. 7. The ending she never expected. 2 days later, her father called. She came to get her suitcase. Silence stretched. "She looked for you," he added. "She thought you'd still fight for her." I swallowed hard. What did she say? That she made a mistake. That she didn't think you'd actually leave. Closed my eyes. Course. She wanted the thrill, the attention, the freedom. But she also wanted the certainty of me waiting in the background. "Do you want her back?" he asked gently. I didn't answer immediately. 'Cause the truth hurt. But it was simple. "No," I said. For the first time it felt like breathing. Epilogue, the one choice I finally made for myself. Weeks passed. Silence settled where storms used to live. Emily tried calling once. I didn't answer. She texted, "We need to talk. Please." But I didn't reply. Because sometimes, the hardest lesson in love is realizing when you've become an option to someone who was always your priority. She chose her trip, her freedom, her attention, her chaos. And I chose me. For the first time. Chose me.